Live from the Slackers Sports Bar Studios. This is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Boy, we are all douched out today, man.
Are we?
Excited for it. Yes, sir. So the Final Four is here. Time to make history today on In the Building. Good morning. It's the 8 o'clock a.m. edition for you all that watch us or listen to us live, and I appreciate that. Welcome. If you're joining us from the future, which many of you do that, it's 8 o'clock in the morning as we do this live edition. All of them are live of In the Building, and welcome. We have a Final Four on our hands. After 3 weeks of voting, it is now down to the last four D-bags of the year as we get ready to crown the absolute D-bag of the year. Who is it going to be? Thunderdome has spoken, and it's never before in the history of this bit, since I've been doing it since 2008, have we had the chalk. It's almost gone to chalk. The only upset we had was the 1 seed, Oscar De La Hoya, did not make it this far.
Well, because of Diddy.
Because of Diddy, who was an 8 seed and has cakewalked his way to the Final Four. So the Final Four set in the 2024 In the Building Bagtastic Voyage Championship Challenge of 2K24. After Jake Paul blew the balls off of Luka Doncic, an easy victory by Jake yesterday. What was the final number? Like 77%, I want to say. Damn. So congratulations are in order to Jake. Yeah, 77% of the vote for Jake Paul. And with a weird week next week, we're going to start the Final Four this morning. Yes, sir?
I'm not going to sit there and act like I've seen every thumbnail of the history of this contest.
Yes, sir.
But I'm willing to put Jake Paul's in top 3 of all time.
All time.
It got to be an all-time douchiest pick in this contest history. That picture alone, he might run away with this bitch.
What happens if that kid right there, hey, Mr. Johnson, what's up, bro, yo? Here to pick up your daughter. Imagine that.
Man, in my experience with these kids, I'd probably still let her go. Because the more you tell them no, the next thing you know, she's sneaking out the window to do it. So
you're such a pushover.
No, I am.
All right, so the Final Four is here after that was last night's quarterfinal matchup. Even Luka Doncic was no match for Jake Paul. All right, so the Final Four is set, and rather than just do one matchup today and then one Monday when we get back in here because of the weekend, we're having 2 matchups today. Both Final Four matchups have been posted on our YouTube page. So you go to Love You Hard TV on YouTube, click on the community page, and you'll find today's 2 matchups. So vote today. Don't forget to vote in both matchups. Matchup 1 is Diddy, the former Puffy, the former Puff Daddy. I think his actual, what's his government name? Sean
Combs,
C-O-M-B-S. Okay. So it's Diddy, who is currently incarcerated. If he wins, I don't think we've ever had a person win this tournament who was locked up. So it's Diddy versus Jerry, who probably has done things in his life that he should have been locked up for, but just was too rich to get caught.
Right.
I'm gonna need you to meet me at the meeting spot again, Mr. Jones. It's 4:30 in the morning. I know, but I done killed another one. I didn't mean to. She wanted that autoerotic asphyxiation shit, and I just got carried away.
I mean, you never know what this old man's done in his life, you know.
I want me some glory hole.
Oh, God, look at that. Who are you going to vote for? Who do you think's the bigger douche?
Jerry.
Yeah, it's got to be Jerry, man. Got to be Jerry.
But
just for douchiness. Diddy may be a criminal and a rapist and a weirdo, but Jerry's the bigger douche.
Yes, that's what I'm rolling with. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Like, I get why Diddy could win this tournament. But I think it'd just be because we're just so appalled at some of the allegations. He may run away with it, but when we're talking about just straight up douche, it's Jerry. especially especially in 2024.
Right.
I'm talking about from
narcissistic behavior.
Right. From the you go all the way back to January, the loss to Green Bay.
Yep.
Him crying about it. Damn, sorry about that.
Right.
And then all the way to where we are now.
False braggadociousness.
It's not even close. It's
Absolutely.
Mike McCarthy might be back. Really?
Mm-hmm. As Matt says, it's the Diddler versus Captain Glory Hole. So it's Diddy, and of course, important. And all these people if you've ever met Diddy once, you've been thrown under the bus. You know, all these celebrities have been thrown under the bus because of Diddy. If you've had any sort of business with him ever, then somehow you've been swept into this. You know who it's Dallas's own. It's that super pastor, T.D. Jakes. You know who Bishop Jakes is?
Have you ever been swallowed up? Yes, I know T.D. Jakes.
Multi-millionaire TV preacher up in Dallas. He's Dion's spiritual advisor, or he was there for the longest time. T.D. Jakes' lawyers have now filed a complaint in court yesterday calling bullshit on all of these ties that Bishop Jakes apparently has to Diddy. They're saying that AI hackers have somehow come up with this fake evidence against Bishop Jakes, and they've now I found the cities interesting in which they were able to track down, like I don't know, LG could speak on this better, like, I don't know, these YouTubers that have somehow hacked AI and thrown TD Jakes under the bus. We've got computers that are based in Pakistan, South Africa, the Philippines, and Kenya. These are the 4 places that TD Jakes' attorneys say people were in that wound up hacking TD Jakes and making him look like he's been doing things with Diddy that are immoral.
I think it's bullshit.
Hell of a story.
This is the thing with that AI stuff. If you're not LG, if you don't have LG's eye, some of it, especially for an old man like me, it looks so real.
I know.
And then I'll go in the comments, and somebody with LG's eyes will be like, dude, the fact that y'all can't tell this is AI is embarrassing. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm embarrassed because it looked real to me. I'm not talking about TD Jakes. I'm talking about AI as a whole. It's scary how real and how they make the lips sync up, especially for these sponsored ads. Some of these sponsored ads are so AI'd out. And I'm like, oh, damn, did Mr. Beast really say that? Did Joe Rogan really say that? And then the comments are like, you idiots, it's AI. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Whew.
Have you seen where they're taking these super old pictures from like 1880 and making the people come to life? And what? I'm like, what? Miss me with that shit. I ain't trying to.
And now the OnlyFans AI accounts are making just as much money as some of the real women.
Wow. Well, we do have a thing for anime now, in this weird world we live in, so I could see it.
My guy, Jigga, Jay-Z, his lawyer has come out and distanced from Sean. Like, hey, the Jay-Z and Diddy were only associates because of work. They're not friends. I'm like, that's a lie. They've been buddies since the 90s. Everybody's like, yo, that ain't my man. Everybody's distancing from him. So I can see Diddy winning this tournament.
Man, well, he's up against Jerry, of course, who just got named the Bum Steer of the Year by Texas Monthly. Every year, Texas Monthly has basically their douchebag of the year. It's a shithead. The Bum Steer. Basically, the shittiest guy. Ted Cruz has won it. It's a very liberal magazine. They've just named Jerry the Bum Steer of the Year. You should check out the cover. It's pretty funny because they've got cartoon Jerry on the cover. It's pretty funny. So there's matchup 1 today. The second Final Four matchup that you can also vote for. There's both of these matchups are listed today on our YouTube page. It is the 3 seed versus the 2 seed. So it almost went to chalk. It's 8 versus 4 and then 3 versus 2. And there's your 3 versus 2. It is the 2nd seed, Jake Paul, who we just discussed. He is up against the 3 seed, Aaron Rodgers, who hates the attention he gets so much that he now is doing a docuseries on Netflix to discuss how he doesn't like attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
It's
to
called
Netflix and
Aaron
talk about how he.
Rodgers.
Oh
It's
my
called
god.
the Enigma or something like.
Yes.
I haven't. I almost
Fucked
clicked
all
on
the
it
way off.
yesterday, but I'm like, no, I'm not gonna watch it because it's just gonna
I,
piss me
you know
off.
what? I think Aaron should win. I'm not. I don't vote. As we say this every day during this tournament, I let the people vote. We're just the messengers of this tournament. It's up to y'all. We're the conduit of the tournament. Aaron Rodgers he's the douche of the year in my opinion. Aaron should win this. Even over if he should beat Jake Paul and he should beat the winner of Jerry and Diddy, but it ain't up to me, Rudy. Have you see Ryan Clark's post, the guy from ESPN?
Well, Ryan,
Oh,
him and
dude,
Ryan, he lit
blasted
Aaron
Aaron.
up.
Lit his ass
He
up
lit
last night.
Aaron up. Like, yo, you can talk to Skip Bayless like that. You can talk to Stephen A like that. But Ryan Clark played 13 years in the NFL for the Pittsburgh Steelers, is a Super Bowl champion. And he's as credible as anybody. And he's probably the hottest figure in that circle in the world.
Right.
There's nobody bigger in that world than Ryan Clark.
Right.
And coming
Aaron
from Ryan
Rodgers,
Clark is not smart.
Aaron likes to go on Pat McAfee's show and throw ex-athletes under the bus for not knowing what the fuck they're talking about.
Right.
While you're doing the exact same thing on a talk show.
Yeah. With a kicker. And no disrespect to McAfee.
A punter.
Rich.
A punter.
A punter.
Not even
played
a
in the NFL. I'm fine with that. Like, I'm fine with McAfee's platform. But what I'm saying is, like, McAfee does the same thing Ryan Clark does, sir.
Right.
But Ryan Clark isn't paying you $1 million.
Correct. Pat, I like Pat. I respect
I
his
do
game
too.
and
He
his
grew
hustle.
on me. I didn't like him at first, but he grew on me.
Same. And I said this a couple months ago. I think Nick Saban hates Pat McAfee. Fast forward to now, I think Nick's come around a little bit. Nick's softened.
No,
He realizes Pat's a good dude. He is what he is.
I like them together.
I know
that dynamic has grown on me. It's good. It's good.
It does. I like Pat, but I wish he'd take a knee on the Aaron Rodgers thing. He continues to give Aaron this bullshit platform. Pat knows Aaron Rodgers is an arrogant asshole, but Pat gets lots of views when he's got Aaron Rodgers on. It's unfortunate. So Screaming A. Smith, by the way, has now warned Aaron Rodgers he needs to chill. He's going to ruin any chance he has as a future broadcaster if that's what he wants to do.
Oh, Aaron don't want to do that.
I don't think so. I don't.
Well, this is the thing, though. As we're finding out, it's going to be a journey, but he doesn't need the machine.
No,
he don't need the machine. So if he wants to come into this world, he can, and we'll watch and we'll talk shit about it. But he doesn't need ESPN or Fox or whoever.
All right, we all vote. There it is. That's as summoned by the people. Jake versus Aaron Rodgers, and then Diddy versus Jerry. So y'all go vote. And they're both posted on our YouTube page. So again, it's the Love You Hard TV YouTube page. Click on Community, and you can see both of the picks. Pick them, or you get the draft once. As soon as you click, that's your vote. So make sure you vote the right way, and you vote for actually who you want. All right, it is in the building, presented by, in part, Texas Cheer Liquor, the official liquor store of our show. Several locations in and around San Antonio, even one up in Barney. It is Texas Cheer Liquor, home of the Lit Kit, which is, dare I say, the most popular alcoholic drink mix thing in the cities. This
by far
an award for like smartest idea by liquor store in the city. This is by far the coolest thing I've seen. And yeah, I'm biased, but I'm not kidding. It really is the most badass thing I've seen.
I don't know if the SA Current does anything like that, but if it's the liquor store of the year, it's got to be Texas Cheer Liquor, and for more reasons than just the Lit Kit. And since we're giving away awards for the year, this is the Texas Cheer Barrel Pick of the Year. I've had them all this year. This one right here, so delicious. They call it a caramel bourbon bomb. It is just so tasty. At 125 proof, only $49.99. I can't wait for y'all to get to taste this when we're back in studio and LG's feeling better. Again, I haven't opened it. This is for us at Love You Hard Studios. The best barrel pick that I've had at Texas Cheer by far. To me, again, and that one and the Old Forester. But the Old Forester wasn't this year. I think that was last year. So $17.92. Ask for the foolproof barrel pick and let them know In the Building sent you.
Outstanding. LG came back from Japan with a case of the Japanese crotch rot. So he's He can work, but
LG's a
be in
responsible
contact
sick
with us.
person. He's
He
a
is.
responsible sick person.
Yeah, he wears a mask and stuff. He's very responsible.
Wearing a mask in Texas is dangerous. People want to fight you. People in Texas want to fight you for wearing
fuck
a
off.
mask.
By the way, if you get put out by some stranger who has a mask on in your presence, fuck you. Who cares anymore, you know? That's their business. Who cares? Stupid.
Mike, I 1,000% agree with you. I'm just telling you, you know where we live.
Well, it doesn't matter where we live. It's still fucking dumb. I'm not going to not point out dumbassery just because we live in Texas where there's a lot of dumbasses that have turned. It's stupid.
It's stupid.
And I'm not trying to get all political. Clearly,
no, I'm not either. I'm not
the
touching
country
anything
overreacted
political.
to COVID, in my opinion, in some ways. But it's a free fucking society. If you want to wear a mask, wear one. I don't wear them, but I don't have any problem with anybody that does. You know, and by the way, you know, LG just went to Japan. He was on airplanes. I see people still wear masks on airplanes. I totally get it. We're in this little vacuum together, all these people breathing everybody's airspace. And to hell with COVID, I just don't want to. I don't want to catch the flu.
I was wearing masks in 2015.
Right. When
not a big deal.
It's not a big deal, man. Anyway,
it's not. It really isn't. It really isn't.
Anyway, well, how you feeling today, man?
I'm like 99% there. I just have a lingering cough now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
don't. It wasn't even there a few days ago, like the cough.
Well, it's just all your symptoms
all body
first running its course.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, see, with me, as long as I don't have a fever or body aches,
I don't have a fever. I never got a fever.
You good?
I never have.
Oh, well, you good then.
Yeah.
It's just
exhaustion. I think it's more exhaustion than anything, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, you ain't in shape no more,
dude. How busy is your weekend? I know you're going to run post game tomorrow with me and Rudy. Is that all you have tomorrow, work wise?
Yeah, UTSA is off for the holidays until New Year's Day.
You need to just chill. That's what you need. You need to come home all the way. You haven't come home yet. You come home.
I haven't adjusted to the time yet. I didn't even get to bed till like 3 a.m. last night. So,
jeez, dude, you got that jet lag now kicking in too.
Yeah, well, and also the time change. I'm still 15 hours in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
My body clock is. Yeah.
Well, hang in there. You're an in shape man, but you need to get some rest. All right, let's do some punching. It is People I Want to Punch, presented by the Law Office of Orlando Kell, the official family lawyer of In the Building here on Love You Hard TV. It is People I Want to Punch. Today, I want to punch the president of the NCAA, Charlie Baker.
Why? Well, please don't tell me it's because of the JUCO rule. Please help me out, Mike. Why are you punching?
No,
it's
time. A lot of I'm just you and I have mentioned this for months, but now it's so. And now there's a really loud voice because it's become completely obvious that they need to move the transfer portal window. You know, so UTSA is getting ready to go play Coastal Carolina in their bowl game.
Jesus. Okay, I'm listening.
Coastal Carolina is going to have to start their third string quarterback. And if he gets hurt, they're going to have to play a wildcat offense with a running back if the quarterback gets hurt this week against UTSA. Because the first and second string quarterbacks at Coastal Carolina have transferred. We need to scrap the bowls unless you're in the playoffs, or move the transfer portal window already. Why haven't we thought of this up until now? This is dumb. Why would you even give a shit about a bowl game? UTSA, they better win 50-0. They're playing the third string quarterback for Coastal. Come on. Why would you want to watch that dog shit? That's terrible.
So this is the problem, and I'm surprised I'm shocked it's not leaking over into the playoff. And there's a couple other things that have to take place, Mike, for that domino effect. And what I mean by that is the portal is right now because to get these guys enrolled this spring, you got to let them transfer right now, which is a problem. Like everything needs to be moved down. Like I'm in 1,000% agreement with you that what's going on right now. Like I know Dion just landed the quarterback in the portal from Liberty, like one of the best dual quarterbacks in the country. He just landed him. So it benefits people, but it also hurts people. But yeah, Mike, as far as spring enrollment, all that needs to be moved down. I'm all for these kids getting paid. I'm all for them being able to go where they want to go. But when it starts affecting teams in the playoff or starting to affect teams in the just regular bowl games, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do have a problem with that. And even like, let's say I got a UT kid that somebody's called him and said, "Hey man, we got $1.5 million for you," and he's like, "Dude, what do you want me to do? I'm about to be in the playoff." Like, it hurts those guys. The guys that are in the playoff that probably got some good deals on the table. What are you gonna do? Miss the CFP? No. So it benefits some players, but the 12 teams that are in the actual playoff, it's hurting them because I'm sure there's some money out there for them. So yes, great punch. I'm with you on that.
Portal window needs to be changed. I'm fine with it. I have no problem with the transferring. But we need to change the calendar needs to be completely redone. These kids are now employees of the school. They just are. So they need to be treated like employees. I can even see in the future massive lawsuits where we're going to have to start making these kids sign contracts like pro football players. If you're going to transfer to so-and-so, you got to be there 2 years. If you want out of your contract, then whoever's going to pay you, these NILs, they want to pay you, they need to pay us money. Teams
I'm fine with that.
Compensated for losing players. Hey, they're employees, man. We need contracts, and you can break them if you want to, but you want to pay me to let this kid walk.
Or you have to pay me, or I don't know. Right, but if I'm giving you money from our collective, a la like the Texas offensive line, I think they're guaranteed $50,000. If I'm giving you money from the collective, there's going to be and again, if we're going to treat them like adults, then let's treat them like adults. I'm on y'all side, fellas.
You want to be an employee?
But at the same time,
W-2 and taxes and all that shit.
At the same time, in the real world, when you get treated like a man, there's man consequences.
That's right.
And there will be some consequences. If I give you if Canes, I give you $1 million because I want you to play at Alabama. If you leave Alabama, I want my money back.
That's right. Period. That's right.
That's all I'm saying. That's all. That's just big boy grown. You want to be you getting grown man money. There's going to be grown man stipulations.
That's right.
And that's just me being fair.
There are no rules right now. That shit's got to change. What we need ultimately is a college football league that has nothing to do with the NCAA. They can run basketball and all the other sports. Football needs to be out on its own. These kids are all employees, and they sign contracts at least a year. You know, I said 2 a second ago. At least a year. It's like signing a lease to an apartment. Fine, you can leave, but you need to pay out. You need to pay us to get out of your deal. That's fine. You know, we're gonna. That's down the road. Massive litigation's coming over this shit.
I'm fine with it.
It's an ass whip when UTSA is going to have to go travel all the way to the East Coast to play a bowl game against a team that has no starters. Both their quarterbacks are gone. Their starting running back is transferred. Several guys on defense have left because Coastal Carolina had a good season, and so all these other schools are poaching their guys. Good for them. They're Americans. They shouldn't have to be stuck somewhere. They can go wherever they want. That's capitalism. But the businesses that you're shitting on need something in return.
Sure.
Just like any other company would do. All right, who you punching?
I think this guy might be the biggest piece of shit that I've read about in a long time. Like, you know, you got your Diddys, you got your Epsteins. Well, you could put this guy right in there with them. A gentleman by the name of Dominique Pelot, 72 years old.
Pelot. Okay.
Yeah, this is out here in, I want to say this is France.
Sounds like it. Dominique.
Yes, it's France. This man was just sentenced to 20 years, which is one of the best bits ever. 20 years in prison because for over a decade, this man was drugging his wife and allowing strangers to come and rape her.
Oh,
his
my
wife.
God. For money?
Yes,
this was a subject I was trying to bring up on Hard News one day.
Oh, so it's been a 4-month trial, right, LG? So yeah, you're right.
He's drugging his wife, so she didn't know this was happening.
No, he's probably putting it in her coffee and her food. She's passed out unconscious, and then he brings it. 50 dudes are going to jail. 50 dudes along with him are
Oh
going to
my
jail
word.
because for over a decade, he was drugging his wife.
How did she not know, though, once she came to that, someone's been having sex with me?
It probably thought it was him.
He thought, wow.
Drug and charging guys to come to the house and take her to Pound Town while she is unconscious.
I'm not sure what's more disturbing, the fact that this guy did this or there's
Or
other
the
men
dudes
out there who will pay to come have sex with a random unconscious lady.
Now imagine you're going to trial. This lady, shout out to Giselle Pellicott and her kids. They imagine being in trial and, you know what I mean, testifying against your father for allowing your mother to be date raped because of your dad.
Wow.
For a decade.
Yeah.
I again, there's a lot that's going on this year. There's a lot that's going on this year.
Yeah.
But this got to take the cake. I mean, first of all, with anybody, it's awful. I don't care what the female is. It could be an acquaintance. It doesn't matter.
My goodness.
But the fact that it's your wife. And again, Mike, the 50 dudes that said, hey, yeah, man, give you a couple $100 to come pound your wife while she's drugged out of her mind. What is wrong with you people?
I know. I have too much pride to do something.
I don't want no unconscious. I don't want it if you don't want me.
Oh.
But again, we're in a weird time, bro. We're in a weird time. Punch Dominique Pelot. And first of all, how do you not get life? Okay, he's 72. He's got 20 years, 92, probably die in jail, right?
Yeah.
But you can't see daylight. You can't, like, what if he's one of these random people that live to 105? He should never get out of jail.
These people are in their 70s, these people?
This man is.
And this was going on for the last 10 years or so?
Yes.
Which means she's probably in her 60s.
60s, 70s.
Golly.
He was on trial with 50 other men, all of whom were found guilty of at least one charge.
Oh my
Their
God.
jail terms were less than what the prosecutors had demanded.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, punch him. Punch him, dude.
It's not like their marriage sucked because they've been married for a long time. They got kids. So he had this great marriage with this woman, but he's doing that to her for extra money.
How do you only get 20 years for that?
I don't know. But at least he's 72 and he'll probably never see the light of day.
And this lady and her kids were
poor lady.
Clearly distraught at the sentencing.
Oh, they thought it was too short?
Yeah.
Damn. Disturbing.
Now, let's say she was conscious and she was just down. Okay, we got a whole other ball game. All right, that's totally different. But drugging her,
that's just prostitution.
and then yo, Mike, she's out. Come on in.
Imagine what they were doing to her too, since she was so out of her mind. So since she was so out and passed out, he was probably letting these guys do whatever they wanted to this woman. Golly, man. I got nothing. That's it. That's a bad thing, Rudy.
Yeah, but yeah, punch Dominique Pelot. Hope he dies in jail.
Good Lord. Now that's grounds for divorce when someone's doing that to you if they're your spouse.
Now let me respond to the chat. L. Harley says, "Well, I'm sure she knew something." Let me tell you this, L. Harley, and I'm not gonna, throw you under the bus. But on trial, he said, "Yes, I am a rapist," and so are these other guys in here.
Wow.
So I hear what you're saying, L. Harley, because you're like, how did this go on for a decade? I get that thought process, but this man admitted in the court of law that he is a rapist. So he wasn't like, yo, she knew. He said, no, I'm a rapist. I'm just going by what I read, L. Harley. I get that thought process. But no, if you admit in the court of law that you are a rapist and the other 50 men are too, I don't know if she knew.
And I guess this husband's probably sitting in the room too while this is going on, because that's part of the eroticism for him. He wants to watch this stuff. Golly, man, this took a turn right before Jesus' birthday, this show. I would say that this is grounds for divorce. And obviously this was in France. Had this been
Wow,
here,
what a setup. That was a great lob. Go get him.
She would have been better served if she hired Orlando Kell as her lawyer. He would have absolutely taken care of it. So whether you have been knocked unconscious through drugs for years by your spouse, or whatever the case, if you are in need of a family attorney, our guy is Orlando. Unfortunately, 50% of the married men watching this show will end up divorced. Not a good, but facts are facts, and it is what it is, and half of us will be in this boat. I have. And Orlando Kell's the guy. 210-775-4995, or you can email him directly, orlandokelllaw@gmail.com. orlandokelllaw@gmail.com. All right. We do have a post-game show tomorrow. Speaking of Orlando, he also brings our UT post-game shows. Lots to get into. Are you excited? We got playoff football, baby, tonight.
Man, I am, but I'm so down on the NBA and I'm so ready for the NFL playoffs that and again, I just fell in love with college football, I want to say 5-6 years ago. I was never a big college guy because I don't have a college team. Like, I don't have a team. So I never really was that into it. Like, of course, I watched the big games, watched
Sure.
But I'm highly excited because I haven't been getting my sports Woody. Nothing's been giving me that Woody, that feeling that I used to get for certain sporting events. This one, for whatever, I'm American. We love a playoff. And we finally got it. This is what we've been asking for years. We finally get it.
Yep.
Texas is a part of it. So yeah, I'm highly, highly excited, man.
And the product's better.
Yes.
College football, the product is better more consistently than the NFL's product. No, those are not the best players on the planet. The guys in the NFL are. But the product is just better. The way the game's played is better. Because you don't have 28 teams that are the exact same team. In the NFL, it's kind of like watching Texas Tech play Baylor every week as far as just like the talent. It's because the NFL is so even with everybody being the same with the exception of 2 or 3 teams. It lends itself to watching 2 midgets box. I'm going to watch, you know what I'm saying? It's just not great. The product's not awesome. So anyhow, that being said,
put the post-game show aside.
Okay.
Put your just go strictly sports fan.
Yes,
of
sir.
the 4 games tomorrow, which one is your favorite?
Well,
if it's Texas, we got Texas, Clemson, Tennessee, Ohio State, SMU, Penn State, Indiana, Notre Dame. For me, it's Tennessee, Ohio State. This is what if I didn't have a Texas post game show.
No, I'm going to watch all of them. I'm excited.
I'm gonna watch all of them. But I'm saying, what's the one you're most excited for?
Well, just personally, Texas, because I'm a Longhorn fan against it. Well, no one believes me, but I am. I'm pro UT. We do have a post-game show, and they are playing Clemson, who's been great for 10 years with Dabo Swinney. But just the best matchup's probably Tennessee, Ohio State, just because both of those are really, really good. Whereas Clemson's clearly the underdog against Texas. Indiana tonight is clearly the underdog against Notre Dame. And what's the other one? Who am I leaving out? SMU, Penn State. SMU is clearly the underdog against Penn State. But I don't
care about Indiana, Notre Dame. I don't believe in Indiana. Now, Indiana goes and win that game, I'll come in here Monday and I'll apologize. But I never believed in Indiana all year long. When I saw them play Ohio State, I was like, y'all suck. Y'all are who we thought y'all were.
Right. I hope Notre Dame smears their ass because, I have a big problem with the way the playoffs are set up.
I know.
We're awarding these conference champions by giving Boise State getting a bye. Get the fuck out of here. I can't wait to see Boise State get trashed next week. I can't wait for that. And I hope Indiana does tonight. There is no way Indiana is one of the best 12 college football teams in the country, but we have to reward conferences, which makes me nuts. So I'm with you. I hope Notre Dame whoops their ass. But so Tennessee, Ohio State's the most evenly matched game on paper going into the weekend. Yes.
The game is tonight at 7. Oh, damn. Did I miss one?
No, Indiana, Notre Dame is tonight.
Indiana
it's a
is tonight.
Tomorrow.
It is tonight. Hey,
right.
Texas losing the SEC title game, I think, benefited them. If I'm Texas, I love Clemson and then Arizona State.
Absolutely.
I'm fine with it. Like, again, you got to go out there and play. It's one game. I'm not giving them the win because anything can happen. Mm-hmm. But if I'm Steve Sarkisian, I'm not mad at the draw I got at all. Because again, even then, I get Oregon. Let's say Oregon beats Tennessee or Ohio State. Mm-hmm. I'm still cool with I won't have to see Georgia again until the final, is what I'm saying if I'm Steve Sarkisian. The only team that scares me if I'm a UT fan or if I'm a UT brass is Georgia, and I wouldn't have to see them till the title game. And it's hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. Ask NFL, NBA, whoever. Mm-hmm. It's hard. So I love UT's draw.
Right. So we will have postgame tomorrow. Kickoffs at 3, Texas. And Clemson at Darrell K. Royal. Isaiah Bond, the all-conference wide receiver, is doubtful. High ankle sprain in the Georgia game. He spent all week trying to miracle him to play him, but it looks doubtful. They're probably going to let him miss the game, hoping they win, but he should be fine for the next week. What they don't want to do is have him go out there Saturday, run around, not do anything because he's hurt, but he makes it worse because he's out there trying to play. I think they're going to go ahead and just sit him down. Thank you, Mrs. Kitty. She just bought 3 coffees. Good morning to you in the building. Took the day off to do some Christmas shopping, listening to the show, getting ready to hit the streets. Happy holidays. Thank you, Miss Kitty, for the coffees. A couple of other guys donated money earlier, I think. Did they not? I don't want to miss MLG. And my position on the quarterbacks for Texas has not changed, by the way, since the Georgia game.
You sticking to this?
I don't trust Quinn Ewers. I would play Arch Manning in the red zone. Not saying I'd play him every time they're in the red zone, but I would certainly let him have more looks than what he's been getting. I wish Sark had let him throw the ball a little bit in the last 6 weeks. He hadn't thrown a pass in a month in a game. But I do want to see Arch Manning play more than he has in this game. We're trying to win the game, Sark. If it becomes obvious that Quinn is struggling a little bit in the red zone, which he's been shit in the red zone for a month. Show me that SEC ruthlessness that you're supposed to be able to coach these games with. Show me that. So I want to see Arch Manning play more tomorrow, if indeed the game calls for it. And it definitely called for him to play more in the Georgia game, and he didn't do it, which pissed me off. Looking forward to it. And by the way, this is not just about Ewers' struggles either. Arch Manning is supremely talented. He is awesome. You know, it'd be like it's like the Spurs. They let Wemby sit on the bench because they have, DeMar DeRozan. And while we love DeMar DeRozan, he's got experience, and Wemby's a rookie. So we're going to let Wemby ease in because we still have DeMar DeRozan, and he's pretty good. You have an all-world talent standing there on your bench who's been in your program now 2 years. And you have a pretty good quarterback ahead of him. And I know he's got a good record, and I know he's beaten good teams, and I know he's probably going to go to the NFL, but he's not more talented than the guy behind him. And so I want to see Arch Manning play more. I just do. And Arch he ain't like he's a pressure virgin. He's had 2 starts this year. He got a series in the A&M game. He got 3 series in the first Georgia game. This kid can hang. It's time for Sark to trust him, at least for a series, and see how it goes. Those kids, as Rudy has pointed to, they get hype when Arch is in the game. They rise to the level when Arch Manning comes in. You see how those kids react to Arch when he goes out there? They're like, fuck yeah. They're convinced that now that no one can stop us because Arch is in. Whereas when Ewers is out there, it's like, oh, well, okay, Quinn's our boy, but Arch is in. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And it's also like, especially when now we're in the playoff, especially when we're talking about, the best of the best, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. When shit breaks down, Arch can improvise. Ewers cannot. Ewers doesn't. He's not an athlete. And I'm not knocking Ewers for that, but I'm just saying I'm trying to win a title.
Correct.
And if I'm trying to win a title, I need a guy that can make something out of nothing. When things aren't going well, Arch can go and get you a 20-yard first down with his legs.
Right.
So that's my. I think that's all of UT fans' biggest beef. Like, yours is a statue. When the line isn't having a good game, we suck. We get off to these slow starts. It takes yours a half to wake up.
Can't
So
score
we
touchdowns.
we can't
And
have
I don't
that
trust the kicker
at this part of the
still.
year.
Yep. I don't trust their
any
kicker.
college kicker.
They're in the red zone. They've struggled for 5 games in a row. Put Arch Manning in the game when you get into the red zone. Just fucking do it. Have the balls to do it. All right, show presented in part by Slackers. We have a big weekend. So tomorrow we do have postgame show after the Longhorns game. And then on Sunday, we're going to get ready for Clickbait's Tampa Bay Bucks at Slackers on Thousand Oaks and 281. Rudy and LG and I, provided LG is better. Certainly me and Rudy for sure. On Sunday, we're going to have a little meet and greet. I'm going to have my kettle out there. It is a final kettle drive. I need to get us up over $1,000. We're like 700 and something bucks right now. My goal is to have over $1,000 in our kettle by Sunday night. Rudy and I will be out there from 5 to 7 at Slackers on 281 and Thousand Oaks, the official sports bar of our show. All 5 Slackers locations will be at the Thousand Oaks location on Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m. And we'll wrap up right around 7. So those of you that want to watch the Cowboy game can certainly do so. So we don't want to get in the way of Cooper Rush and Rico Dowdle, the mighty offense of the Cowboys. So we'll go 5 to 7 on Sunday at Slackers. Yes,
and
sir.
The Thousand Oaks location does have food. So I know you want to get a couple drinks, want to get you some food. Great food too, by the way. So come on out. San Antonio, the hook is always the food. It's always going to be the food. That's just what it is. So come and join myself. I don't know how LG's going to be feeling, but Thousand Oaks location. Have a cigar, some whiskey, and some good food, some good times, and donate to a great cause, especially this time of the year, because you got to think about those less fortunate, and there's a lot of less fortunate. So let's get out to Slackers and get Mike's kettle up to par.
Right here in our town, people are less fortunate.
Or in our town, right.
Yes, sir. All right, Isaac the Third just gave $20. Thank you, man. Good morning, fellas. Love the show. Here's to the man who did that to his wife, having the same done to him when they yell lights out in prison. Give me Clemson, Notre Dame, Penn State, and Tennessee. Hashtag in the building. I got some trivia for you real quick, Rudy. You ready? All right. I don't expect you to know who these guys are because I didn't know who they were either. I knew who one guy was.
Okay.
But in the last week, I've read a lot. All right. When I say the name David Miller, what do you think?
Oil tycoon.
Yes, you are correct. Yes.
For real?
When I say the name Bill Armstrong, what is Bill Armstrong?
Elon Musk lawyer.
Oil tycoon. Oil and gas.
Okay. Damn, so I was right. You're serious? I was right.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know.
When I say the name Chris Clement, what do you think?
Valvoline.
Close. Oil and gas. All right. David Miller is the CEO of Silver Hill Energy, based in Houston, Texas. All right. David Miller is a billionaire oil man in this state who owns Silver Hill Energy. He also is the chairman of the board of SMU Football's Collective. And he's the one that when SMU wanted to go to the ACC said, y'all can't come here, you're little shitty SMU. They're like, what do we need to do? And the ACC said, waive your television rights fees for 9 years. And David Miller said, no problem. There's no other school in America that would have waived 9 years of no TV rights fees. They don't get any revenue sharing, SMU. No problem. David Miller's quote, it's a couple of $100 million, but I'm not going to lose sleep over that. They don't care. They made up for it in spending. Bill Armstrong, another Texas billionaire. His protege was T. Boone Pickens, the late Oklahoma State oil tycoon. Bill Armstrong learned at the feet of T. Boone Pickens. Bill Armstrong had the 3rd richest discovery of oil in the history of our world in Alaska in 2013. He was a Dallas oil man. They're drilling up in Alaska. They had the 3rd biggest oil discovery ever. He is a member of the SMU Football Collective. When I say the name Chris Clement is the CEO of Hunt Realty Investments, oil and real estate. He runs the Hunt family's business interests, the people that own the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
That guy also is a member of the SMU Collective. He's the son-in-law of Mr. Hunt. He's Mr. Hunt, owner of the Chiefs. His daughter married this guy, Chris Clement. They keep it. The billionaires, they marry other billionaires.
Oh yeah, you're not marrying nobody poor and fucking up the lineage. You ain't doing that.
These three people run the SMU Football Collective. SMU plays Penn State in the playoffs. This is not a one-off. SMU is here to stay. They ain't going nowhere. They're going to be good for the foreseeable future. And I hope they win. I hope they beat Penn State. They're not as good. They got a little exposed, by Clemson. SMU did, but it's just the beginning. You wait. SMU is going to be competing for natties.
I hope so.
10 years. It's going to happen.
But only because it's like because of what happened to them with the death penalty.
Yeah.
Eric Dickerson and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see them back on their feet because again, when you bring money into play, schools like SMU, schools like Vanderbilt, next thing you know, you got some players because you've got some money. So they got 3 huge billionaires because again, with your TV money, we're talking
3 billionaires.
You're talking about a couple $100 million. When you're talking about TV money for 9 years.
That's what he said. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's just a couple of $100 million. I have $7 billion in my checking account. We ain't going to worry about a couple of $100 million. We're going to go to the ACC, and in their first year in the ACC, SMU's in the playoff.
Go SMU. I refuse to root for Penn State.
Badass. Show brought to you in part by Ribaldo Realty Group, my man, Jay Ribaldo. Go look at all of his listings on his websites and his social media. He's got Facebook, he's got Instagram, and he's got his website, ribaldo.com. Let's get this property moved here. They've been trying to move this commercial property here for a hot minute. They do residential and commercial. Looks like
one of them SMU dudes should buy it.
I know. I mean, it's a great place to put up gas tanks. It's an old Valero. You can turn it into whatever you want to, but it's ready for a really nice convenience store and a gas station right on New Braunfels Street, right off of 35, headed to the Frostbank Center. Lots of foot traffic through here. That property's on the market, listed by Jay and his partner, Tom Roscoe. 2,100 square feet plus on 0.17 acres of land in the historic Dignowity Hill area, right there on the east side. We're going to go. Don't say that during the live spot where we're trying to sell property for Jay.
Dignowity is a beautiful town.
It is. I love that part of the area.
I love what they've done. I love what they've done with Dignowity.
That's right.
I ain't gonna lie.
No one's in favor of folks getting run out of a neighborhood, but I think we're all in favor of property values going up and making.
Hey man, they got to check.
Yeah, we're good. Everything's fine.
Good.
Let's sell this property here for Jay as we make the east side come up. We're going to be at a badass little east side business here in a little while. Rudy and I are going to have burgers today at Mark's Outing, 12 o'clock for lunch, representing and supporting minority-owned businesses on the east side. Jay Ribaldo, fine Asian man. We support the minority business here. Let's get a minority-owned business and sell some properties on a minority part of the city in time for Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa, Jay. To see all of Jay's listings, and they're all over the area. It's Ribaldo.com, 281-887-1081, or Ribaldo.com, Ribaldo.com. All right, before we get out of here, you wanted to get my thoughts on ESPN today?
Yeah, you text something on Thursday morning.
Oh, yeah. You know what? It took Mickey forever, but Mickey's finally killed that dumbass show Around the Horn.
Around the Horn's done?
It's done.
Hey, pour some on the block for them. They had a good run.
A great run, 30 years. But see, no one cares about newspaper writers and columnists anymore. It was all these columnists. Now the rumor is they're going to extend Pardon the Interruption to a full hour. Because normally it's 30. Around the Horn and then PTI with Kornheiser and Wilbon. They're going to make Kornheiser and Wilbon now an hour show.
This is the thing, though. I think what's a part of what's made PTI the juggernaut it is it's in and out. Like it was
Exactly.
Short form content before short form content was a thing.
Thank you. Pioneer.
It's
Love it.
I wonder how Hour's going to work. We'll see.
Well, they're going to have to figure it out, but I think they'll be fine. But yeah, you're right. They were the first show to realize people don't want to hear 4 hours of talk. Let's just bang it through. 30 minutes and we out.
And at the timer, it's genius. I love Will Bond and Kornheiser.
Yeah,
genius show.
I think our podcast should just be 30 minutes, but we got a lot of advertisers. People.
We got people to pay. Yeah, we got people.
All right, I will see you in a little while for burgers.
See you at 12.
Look forward to it. I haven't been to Mark's in a long time. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you being a part of this one. Me and Rudy for postgame tomorrow. We'll put links out. Longhorns and Clemson at 3 o'clock. So we're figuring we'll be on at 6:30-ish, 6:20, something like that.
Depends. College football, it could be 7.
You going to be at the liquor store? That's going to be cool. That was a good bit last game. That was
I'm
cool.
going to unplug the door, though.
Okay. Oh, yeah. LG got mad because of the cring, cring every time that somebody opens the door.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
Sorry, AD.
All right, we're done. Love y'all hard.
Love you.
Talk to us tomorrow after Texas and Clemson. Go.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.